So it's saying cannot read the property display name. Okay. So let's go.
Problem.
Let's go and fix that. So if I go to source and I go to components, I go to chat. So it's line number this one, right? So if I put it in the next line, let's put in the next line. And if I say let me see. Okay. So let me see if it is resolved or it's only for temporary. If I put the username, I get this one. Okay. So let's okay, I'm not getting the space before this. If I put and NBSP, let's say so now what I did, I put one statement. This is a statement. This statement means if we have user details, then display the display name. We can do this like this also. Just let's try to do this here. So what I will do, let me try to fix it in different way. This is the one way to fix it, but I want to fix it in different way. If that second way does not work, I will move to this way. So let's revert whatever I did. Okay, so now I should get error. I should get error now. Khatam.
Cookie, don't talk to him. Come here.
Yes, so now I'm getting error. Now I'll fix it in different way. Then I'll explain you how I fix it. I'll put curly bracket and here I'll say if this one is present, then I display this one. Else I'll display, let's say, hello world, some div text. Let's see. So I'm getting hello world. If I don't have, even if I have user ID, then I get the user ID. And let's remove this round bracket. Don't need it. Okay, let's remove this. And I'll explain you what I did. 1 second.
How?
Okay, now what I did,
How?
now what I did, I'm checking if this user detail is present or not. If this user detail is present, I put the conditional statement here, question mark and colon. So if I get this statement, I will show this div. And if I don't get this part, then I will show this part. So this is the conditional statement whether we are getting this or not. So initially, so what I'll do, I'll go there in my reducer. I'll do one more change in my reducer. And here I will make this initially null. So when we go to the chat page, we check whether the user details is present or not. If user details is present, then we show the chatting part. And if it is not present, we should show some error message. Maybe I can say, please choose user before sending message. So maybe I can give the warning. I will put some CSS after some time, today only. So I will say, please choose user before sending message. So if I'm going to this page without choosing any user, then I should see this message, please choose user before sending message. And if I'm passing the user in the URL, then I will show this message that you can chat with this person. So this is how you have to change the thing. First thing you have to do in the my reducer, just put two user details as null. Second change which you have to do in the chat, just put this line of statement so that we can show one condition or another. This is the conditional statement. We are showing this div or we are showing this div. So this colon means it is optional. We show this one or we show this one. If this variable is true, we will show this one. If this variable is false, we will show this one. So when the user is not there, then this condition becomes false and we show this part. And when the user is there, this condition becomes true and we show this part. So just put this one in whichever I put in the chat and then we'll go.
Manny, why is the form on submit included in there?
Why this is there?
Yeah.
Because we will be submitting this message, no? So what is your question?
It just doesn't make sense to me that that's included in that. Why it wouldn't just be outside of that code?
Because when we have user, then only we will be able to send message to him.
Oh, so you're hiding. Okay, all right. Makes sense. I just didn't think of it.
Okay. So now what we will do, so we are done with showing this name. Now we will be submitting this message. So next step is submission of this message. So I will open the console.log, and so once user will click this submit button, I will call this function send message. So we are in the send message, and here I have to see what user is typed. So whatever user will type is in this text box, we need to capture that. So to capture that, I will create first one local state variable. I will say constructor props super props this dot get is equal to. So I will create the local variable, local state variable, and it will be message, and I'll put empty string in it. So whenever user will change the something in the input box, I will say value equal to this dot state dot message, and on change equal to, I will start with the curly bracket, and I will say arrow function. Inside arrow function, I will with the event is passed, and here I will say this dot set state, and I will put a curly bracket, and I'll say message is equal to e dot target dot value. So we are changing the state once user types something here, and here I will see what is the state variable is console.log state var is this dot state, and when user will submit this message, I will also do console.log here to see what message user is typed. Message is this dot state dot message. Let's experiment this now. So here I will say hello. So once I say hello, you will see state var is showing hello, and then I click submit, then message is hello, which is coming from the submission of the form. That is this one, submission of the form. I will delete this part. So now you will also do this. Just create this local state variable first. Second, just put this console.log in the send message function. Third, change the input box by taking the state variable. So now what we will do, so now when user submit this message, we will send this message to the Firebase. So now let's do that part. So we have this message. Now let's do and send this message to the Firebase. So to send the message to the Firebase, we need to create the URL. As you already know, we have to create this URL. So let's create the URL here in the send message one. So URL will be Firebase path. That is the food donation. And inside Firebase, we will create one folder called as chat. In chat, I will say messages. Messages, I need to pass the from user ID. First, I have to pass the from user ID. So maybe I will put till messages only here, and from user ID I will put in the next line. So I will take this URL like this here. Firebase database dot reference is this URL, and I will create one child that will be the from user ID. So to get the from user ID, I will go in the current state, my reducer. I will see in the my reducer we have UID. This is the UID, which is the from user ID. So in place of the from user ID, I will put this dot props dot my reducer dot my reducer dot inside my reducer I have two user ID, two UID. So I will use the UID. So this is the one from user ID. This is we discussed yesterday how the path will be created. Let me open that again. So path will be from user ID, then it will be to user ID. So I will say dot child. So now dot child will be this to user ID. So I will say this dot props dot my reducer dot to user ID. So this is I'm putting from user ID and then I'm putting to user ID. And then what we said, we have to give the some message. So this is the message 1, message 2, message 3. So we have to put the message here. And so to put the message here, I can use this one to push object key. So I will say to push object key, and this will be saved in some unique ID. So the unique ID will be Firebase reference URL child. This will be the reducer UID, that is the from user ID. Then it will be to user ID, and then we are pushing some object. So this object I will have to create. So I will create one object which will have some all the data which I want to push to the Firebase. And I put the key. And here I will see console.log unique key is unique ID. Let's create the object which I need to push. So what I need to push in the object? First will be the message, main message. Let's put the message. So this is the message. So here I will say message is equal to this dot state dot message. Second thing is I want message date. So I will put message underscore date. So I want message date. And if you remember how we put message date is something we take this firebase.database.server value.timestamp. So we will put message date as firebase.database.server value.timestamp. I'll put comma, comma. Next, what I want from display name, from display name and to display name. So who is sending the message? I want from display name. So from display name will be, if you see from display name will be this my reducer display name. So I will say this dot props dot my reducer dot display name. Then I need to display name, and here I will say this dot props dot my reducer dot, I have to go to user details, inside to user detail, inside to user detail I will go and grab the display name. So that will be the to user detail. This is the to display name. Then I will get from image, because I want to show some icon like this. So I will be getting image also. So I have to take the from image. So I will put comma from image, and to get the from image I will get the photo URL. So here I will say this dot props dot my reducer dot photo URL, and I will set to image. To image will be so to image will be, okay, I need to put to image. To image will be inside the user details, to user ID details, I have to just get photo URL inside to user ID details. So it will be inside to user ID details, photo URL. So this is something we take to image, and then we'll say read. So initially read will be false because no one has read it. So I will say read equal to false. So this is something object I created because this is something I am sending the message to him. So that's the reason I am sending this, creating this one. Let's put this into the Firebase now and see what is coming. And I will also console.log object, see what is we are constructing. Obj is obj. Okay, now I'll put the message hello, and I click send message. So once I click send message, message is hello, and object created is from display name Manish, from image, this is the image, message is hello, message date is something Firebase thing, read is equal to false because no one has read it, and to display name is this one Ambi Ahuja, and to image is this one. Right, let's see in the Firebase we got everything or not. I'll open the Firebase and we'll see what is there in this one. So we have chat, inside chat, messages, inside message. This is the key which is generated by the, no, this is the from user ID, sorry. And this is the to user ID. And this is the key generated by the Firebase unique key. And we have the thing that is from this one, from image, message hello, message date, this one, whatever it is, read equal to false, to display name is the to display name, and to image is this image. So this is something I created something which I will be sending to him. And also we will create another one. I told you yesterday, one I'm creating from user ID to user ID, and second one I will be creating to user ID and from user ID, because he will be watching this part and I will be watching this part. So he will be watching this part. So that means this is the to user ID, that is the Ambi. If you see in this one, this is the to display name, that is the Ambi, and from is Manish. So from is here, I will write down Manish, and here is Ambi, and here from display name is Manish, and to display name is Ambi. This part is something which is not visible to him. This is only available to me, because from user ID is Manish, and this part is only me. And this part is visible to him. So I created first message with the name of Manish and to display name Ambi, and other details also were there. And I created message of hello. Now this part is only visible to me, and this part is only visible to him. Now here what we have to put. So here I will say from display name will be coming same Manish, because from who is the message sender? This Manish. And to image will be to display name will also be this one Ambi, because to whom it is sending to Ambi. Then message will be hello. Okay, other details will be there here. So when this Ambi will be trying to watch, he will see from display name is Manish. Okay. And he will see to display name is Ambi. And when he sends some message to Manish, from display name will become Ambi. And to display name will become Manish. And let's say message he is sending hi. So is this correct? When I'm sending some message to Ambi, it's correct, but I'm just trying to ask you whether you got this digested in your mind. From display name is Manish, to display name is Ambi. And when he goes and reads it, and we will also save it here in his under name, and here will be from display name Manish to display name Ambi, and message will be hello. Now problem is we need to distinguish between from display name and to display name, because here in this chatbot we will be getting two kinds of messages. One is something which I am sending, and one is something he is sending to me. So I should be able to differentiate it, and I will make color change based on the I am sending or he is sending. So how will I know whether this is sent by me or this is sent by me? Right now we can differentiate, but this is Manish and this is Ambi. But how will I know? Let's say tomorrow both have same name, because name is not unique in the Google. We are getting name whatever it is there. So how will I know this one is coming to me or this is coming to me or going from me? Can you tell me how will I know whether this is something I received it or this is something I am sending it?
From the path, the Firebase path.
Firebase path will be same. Let's say this Ambi will be able to go to this path only, user ID and to user ID. He will not go here. This is only visible to the Manish, but this is only visible to Ambi. So path will be same in both the cases. In both the cases, path will be same. So really, we cannot differentiate between that this is something I received it or this is something I received it. Both looks like I'm sending it or I have received it. So
The user ID.
Where is the user ID? User ID is here. So when Ambi is watching it, he will be having this path. When he is having this path, then he will be able to see both the messages. So how should I change the color that this is coming from other person and this is coming from me? This is sent by me. So right now there is no way I can say. But tomorrow if name is same, both are Manish. So I won't be able to differentiate it. Maybe we can create one flag. Maybe I can say received equal to true. That is, this is incoming, and sent equal to false, or send equal to false. And this here I will be saying received equal to false. I'm thinking the best way. I don't know what is the right way. I did the chat application long back in AngularJS, and I don't remember how I did it. Right now I'm reconstructing again what to be done. So let's say I can say received equal to false here and sent equal to true. So here I can distinguish that this is something I'm sending it, this is something I received it. And same thing here, this one will become received equal to false because I'm sending this message. Manish is sending this message, and this send will become true. So this way I can differentiate whether this part is sent or received. So maybe I can add these two parameters. So I will say read equal to false will always be there. And I will say received equal to false. I'm not receiving this. And send equal to true. Sent will be right or send? I'm weak in this part. Tony, can you guide me? Send will be right or sent will be right?
Sent.
Sent will be right. Okay, so let's use sent. I am little weak in grammar, so you have to guide me. Okay. So let's.
Would it make more sense to? I mean, I like that, but would it make more sense for it to be receiver and sender?
Okay,
So,
right. That will become more good in reading. Receiver and sender. Right?
yeah.
Is receiver spelling correct? I am weak in the spelling. Let's check it. Yeah,
Yeah.
receiver is fine. Okay, so but since I'm sending this message, so for me, this is already read, right? Because I'm sending, I read it and I send it. So I don't need read flag in whatever I am sending, right? So it's sending by B, so I already read it and I send it. So read can be true in this case. I will create another object which I will be putting it here because the object which I created was here. I need another object which I want to put it here. So I will create another object here. It will be object 2, and here message will be this one. Message date is correct. From name is also right. To display name is also right. From image is right. To image is right. Read will be false here because this is something Ambi will receive it. And receiver here the sender will be false because MB is not sender. MB will receive it and receiver is true. So MB is receiving it. This is for something, this part. So here we need to say sender is false because MB is not a sender, he is the receiver. So since receiver is getting it, so I made receiver 2 and read is false because MB did not read this post. And I will create another URL, this unique ID. Maybe I don't need to read the unique ID. Unique ID is something we don't need it. Whether unique ID is, I don't need unique ID. So I will just push it. I don't need key. So I will copy this part and I will paste it here. And here I will change the path. To user ID will come first. And from user ID will come last. And here will be object 2. So I reverse the situation. Here I reverse this part and I reverse the to user ID to from user ID and here it was from user ID to user ID. Let's check it now. I will delete this part chat one and I'll again recreate it. Okay, let's try now again. Hello. So once I say hello, I got 2 records in the messages. One is from to and one is to from, and we will now see both are different ID. We will now see this is from display name and here receiver is true. Receiver is true means Ambi is receiving here, right? Receiver is true. That means Ambi is receiving it. And if here receiver is false, sender is true. That means here Manish is sending. Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm now thinking I can do some changes in this one. Give me 1 second. So here, this one will be received by MD, and he will see receiver is true, and I can change the color, and he can see who has sent it, that is a from, and we will display this message as a someone else has sent it. I am thinking if this is right or we need to fix it. Okay, we will go ahead with this one, and we will see whether we are okay with this or we need to modify it. I'm just feeling now let's keep it like this, and we will see if we get difficulty or problem in displaying, then we will change a little bit this part. Let's try to see what happened now. Now once the user has clicked the send message, I need this to be emptied. I don't want this to be there. So what I will do, I will say this dot set state, and I will change the message to null, empty. So once it is gone into database, I will change the state message to null. So let's say if I say hi, it got hi in the database. Here it got hi, and here I emptied the results. You can copy this one, and tomorrow if we change it, then we will. You also change. Right now it's okay. We are okay to use this one. But if I get problem in displaying, then we will be changing it anyhow. So you also change later. So right now I will give you send message again. So just try to put this, and we will go ahead with that. Okay, now let's try to display it, and then we will come to know what problems we are getting it, and whether we need to fix it or what we need to do. So to display it, I need to go to the home page to see how I am displaying this results container. So let's go to the search form. In the search form, we are using the URL, and then we are using this method to display it. So let's grab this one, and we will try to display it now. So I will put it here, and so now we have to display the message. So to display the message, let's create one function, maybe display get message. So I will display the chat message here. I don't need dispatch right now. I'll delete the dispatch part. So first thing, I need to construct the URL. Okay, so to construct the URL, I will put the from UID. I'm passing from UID here in the parameter, and to UID in this function. So what is my base URL is in the chat and messages. So I will put base URL as chat and messages. And reference will be the URL which we have properly, and then we will call, we have to make the reference proper. So reference will be URL. After URL, we have to append this with child. This will be the from user ID who is logged in, and this one will be the to user ID with whom I'm chatting, and I don't need push. And what is the thing in this one? Let's see. So this is the from, this is to, and we have all the messages. Okay, so we have all the messages here. So we have from, to, and on value, I will try to console.log here. Snapshot.wall. So let's try to use this one and see how the things go. And I had to call this function. I had to call this function somewhere here. Maybe I'm saying get to user ID details. I get the user ID details. Once I get the user ID details, I will call this dot display messages, and instead of the from user ID, I will choose. So if I wait for the reducer to get back to me, then it will be too late. I already told you I cannot wait for the reducer. So I will use the local storage which I used yesterday. So let's see what is the local storage here. If I'm using local storage here. I'm not using it here, but I need local storage. So I will go to my reducer, no, my action, and I'll get this user object. Let's see local storage, where I've used local storage. Okay, in the search form, I have got it. So let's take this. No, not this one. I don't need this one. I need user object one. Let's see where I have used this one. Okay, I haven't used it now, but I will use it now. So let's grab this part. So here, when I'm calling the from UID, so first I will grab the local storage var user object is user object string is, initially it will be string, and it's saying local storage get atom. We have to use get atom and user object, and then we will create another variable user object equal to json dot parse dot user object, not dot in the bracket, and here I will do console.log of user object to see whether user object is coming or not. Once user object will come, then I will call this one. Right now I am commenting it. Okay, let's comment it. So here I will say hi. Let me refresh and then see what's coming. The user object is coming as proper user object. I need UID from the user object. So I will now enable this function, and to get the user ID, I will say user object dot UID, because I'm getting user object dot UID. And here I will And instead of to user ID, I will take this to user ID. So I will say from user ID to user ID, it will go to this function. This function will get data from the Firebase, and we will see whether this is coming correctly or not. I'll refresh it now. So now we are getting, this is a part, you remember this part. This part you have to see, this is coming for the chat. This is something we are interested in, this part. So in the first case, I'm saying from, and we get all the messages. So let's display this all messages here in this page. So I'll say if maybe I can put in the variable var result is equal to snapshot.wall. Okay, before we move and change this part, you try to update this get user ID details part with these 3 lines of the code. Okay, now we will do, and we will see. Now we have to convert this into some proper format so that I can show it in the front end. So maybe I can convert this into the arrays, which is something we intend to it, because this is object. And what we did with this object, let's see. So we got something, this array, and we went to browse food donation. And in the browse food donation, we went to browse, which will be here. And browse is updating the data with the action.payload. That's fine. Then we get the payload, which goes into the result container. And in the result container, we loop through the object to make it an array. So we need to convert into an array. So I will create an array. So here I will say my array equal to this, and then I will loop through this for. I will use a for loop. Instead of this .props.data, I will use result, because the result is same. And then I will close this for loop. And inside that, I will see what is the key. And result is, record is, each record will be single record. To get the single record, I will say result in the bracket, the rectangular bracket, I will say key. So key will be the key which is stored, that is this key 1, 2, 3, and result of key will be this part, the detail part. So let's see if this is coming correctly. Okay, let's see. So we are getting key, and then we are getting record. We are getting key, we are getting record. We are getting key, we are getting record. We don't care about the key. Key is dummy. It will go into the air. We only care about this record. So now let's print this record. Many tabs are open. So what I will do, I will say my array dot push. I will put all the records into the my array. I don't need this console.log now. Everything is now in the my array. Let's create some state variable which we will update. Maybe I can say records. Initially it will be null. And once we get my array, all things in the my array, we will update the records one. So I will say this dot set state records, and records will be my array. So now in the state of in the records we have everything which we are chatting with the user. So let's print out the state and see what is coming. Okay, so now we have error. Set state is getting some problem. So we are setting the state of records as my array. I don't see any problem here. What is the problem they are saying? Set state of null on line 33. So I am getting an array error. Set state of null. If I make, why I'm getting error? Records is there. And if I change this to initially some array, okay, maybe, yeah, initially, then also it's coming. That means this is not a problem. But we have problem here. Let's do here console.log. My array is my array. My array is coming correctly. 3 records out there, but then state of null. Okay, I told you on that day, since I'm using this function, then this is lost. So we should not use function, we should use arrow function instead. So instead of function, I will make it arrow function. Then we will have this dot set state. So many times if you're writing function, then we lose the power of this. Then this does not exist once we use the function. Now if we are using arrow function, we are getting the records of array 3. So we have 3 records. Okay, so we have 3 records in the my array. Now I will display this records. If I want to do sorting or filtering, I will do here sorting, maybe filtering. Maybe I can add pagination also if we want. So maybe if we will add pagination also, we will add it here. Or filtering or sorting, we will add here. Okay, right now I don't need any of these 3. I will just do records. So let's display this record here. So before we display the record, how the real thing will look like, we will make a dummy template here. So before I work on this part, which I will do tomorrow, you just complete this part. So I will give you this display chat message in the chat. Use that one. And also instead you add the records. And we will display it tomorrow on Monday.
Another place to relax and have a massage.
So we are able to get the records, but we need to display the records and we need to see how the interaction will happen with the another user. So tomorrow on Monday, we will first put all these messages and then we will see how to differentiate between this received and sender and receiver. So based on this sender and receiver, we will do some color changes so that we know this is incoming message or this is outgoing message. So let's do that on Monday, but we are getting the records of the chat. Let's add one more and see if it is coming. I will empty this one. Hello, buddy. Once I say hello, buddy, I can see I have got now 4 records. Now I got 5 records. I got 6 records. So I'm getting the 6 records correctly. So tomorrow we will display the 6 record and then we will interact with another user. That means when another user will post something, then how to display that here. We will see that both the things. We will change some color or we will change something here so that we know it is receiving or it is going. Any questions?